That night, while I, bearing a severe wound, strode through the open air with my valet, a grand, gloomy chateau emerged before us, nestled in the mountains. The chateau seemed to be very lately deserted. We decided to settle in the smallest room. Though the least furnished among all, the room was still adorned richly, with numbers of paintings on the wall. A volume, criticizing and describing the artworks, lined on my pillow. Long I read, and devotedly I gazed. Suddenly, whether by the candle's flickering light, or by my drowsy sleep, or by an illusion caused by my injury, a portrait of a woman I had never seen appeared before my eyes. I hurriedly closed my eyes after that quick glance, and only after a long time did I open them to look at it. What had so suddenly and vehemently moved me? What was the story behind this lifelike portrait? I sought eagerly the volume in my hand. I met him when I was 17, my talented painter, and he fell in love with me at first sight. Who could not love me, a maiden of rarest beauty, and not more lovely than full of glee? We were married immediately, but only after that I realized that my husband already had a bride, and that was Art. I was so jealous of her. She took up all my husband's time and attention. But I loved him so much that when he said he would paint a portrait of me, I forced my trembling heart to agree. I began to sit in that corner day and night, smiling. He didn't know that while he was creating his love, I was watching mine. So passionate, sometimes in sorrow, but the brush in his hand never stopped. I started to feel my body stiffening, my blood flowing to the body of that woman on canvas. He looked at me, but couldn't see me, and so it went on for weeks. Finally that day, I saw his passion overflowing as if he were a madman wielding a paintbrush. Then he stood up, looked at his painting, and as if startled, shouted, "This is indeed life itself." And those were the last words I heard.